Other promises Mamunina, a quaba cassia at the bar, acromative, so Mamunis acromative, dear call, dear bar, and I bring a BBI the Bemo. Fast forward the Bora and Sigma, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and other reply, Cassia Pan, dear call, Ediama, John Dramani Mahama, concerning a year Sydney dollar no into qua air cono, the sea and Sydney no. Kone nim crachem dollar nti amafo bebre na ka say John Dramani Mahama ne homodembo a obaye near more to akwemu resetting of the economy and as a resetting Ghana agenda na ode ye campaign na yankopon ya adoma Ghana for to abakese ye de man no resetting na John Dramani Mahama all ye nti a bibia ede na akwemu amatisia ne cedi no appreciate against the dollar no. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Bontino say, John Dramani Mahama and Sema Oki, do you sure say no crap? Ombra Bontino beka just one single policy NDC for no John Dramani Mahama no buy here, which me implement here, etumiama, see the need to me appreciate against the dollar. Therefore, when they enter Kwakesi pa, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama or Mokum. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the name sema betu abonti John Dramani Mahama so the reply kesi edi akọ edi amana do for my nko na yanko di sanse bu nyina nchiri mu emma yisi awo acromatic so.
John Dramani Mahama says since assuming office his administration has been focused on addressing the high cost of living through targeted interventions. Responding to critics who have demanded proof of policies that have led to the appreciation of the cedi, the president said it's not about a single policy, but rather effective leadership and a combination of strategies that are turning the economy fortunes around. His comment comes after the 2024 MPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia challenged the administration to identify one specific policy responsible for the currency's recent gains. We'll hear from him in a moment, but first, let's listen to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
One of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the cedi, they cannot tell you one. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact yet. For me, we had anticipated the impact of gold in this economy. I talked about it when we got into dire straits in 2022. And so that is a big backing for the currency. I mean, they have been in office so far. They've not even increased it by 1 ton. 1 ton, one. Not a single 1 ton. They haven't increased it by. But people, after all the noise of the election, people are paying attention to our reserves. That is one thing, which we have built to 30 tons. Secondly, you've mentioned that the US dollar itself is on the decline globally. And that has also strengthened. If you go to Zambia, for example, the kwacha has gained a lot of ground also because you have the US dollar declining in value because of what is happening in the US with all of that. So I think those are, and then there's the third element is that they are not spending. I mean, if you are managing an economy, you have to pay your bills. They are not paying IPPs, for example. This is why the dumsor is so acute, and they are not paying contractors. So when you are not spending, there's less pressure on your currency. So those are some of the reasons why you are seeing an appreciation of the currency. But if you look at it, if we had not instituted the gold purchase program as well as the gold for oil program, our economy would have collapsed.
Okay, now.
Other 14 seminar Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Okain or say Nentia edisia Ghana ye see the note to see and enya hoden against the dollar ne chese yen spend it or no John Dramani Mahama ni ndisi for no omo mfo musika omo fa see the no omo fa anya hwe omo mfa spend it omo pentua contractors for car amanfo omo de omo ka no omo ntua aka ye nti ama de see and see the ni be ejina no hwa ni jina je ama see the no enya hoden because no yen spend hwe yentua contractors car yentua omo aye de omo kan nyina yentua nti ama see the still ano itumi appreciate against the dollar na afin so no ono Dr. Bawumia ni gold purchasing program no de buy no say yemfa ye gold ni enko de san amano ni currency gold ni yemfa $5 no instead of use yen see the ni from $5 no yemfa ye gold no what's gold purchasing program no mo de buy time no mo abe mu no eno so kan ho na aboa Ghana economy to be gina na nso nkanya saade anka economy no atete apansam kra nti no all the credit ne ma NPP for buying ne se omo no ma bibia na nya John Dramani Mahama na ban nti oka asasem we wi na John Dramani Mahama so de ne reply ke se e de akọ e de ama no do for man ko na enkotie Mahama so ne reply no de ma John Dr. Bawumia ne mbajisia.
Here from President John Dramani Mahama, he says the appreciation of the city is not about a single policy, but rather effective leadership and a combination of strategies that are turning the fortunes of the economy around.
So what it meant was that Ghanaians had bought into the message that they believed that I would be able to reset things, and we use the word reset as one of our major campaign points, be able to reset things in order to build the confidence of our people in our democracy again. And so that responsibility is not lost on me. And so since 7th January, every step I've taken is meant to restore the faith of our people in our democracy and let them know that we can lead this country in a way different from what has been done in the past. And so to try to do this, the first and foremost was the cost of living and the general hardship that Ghanaians were going through. And so that has been one of the main focuses of the administration in the last 5 months we've been in office, focusing on stabilizing the economy, focusing on reducing hardship, cutting down expenditure, bringing more accountability into government, enacting a strong fight against corruption, introducing codes of conduct to guide leaders in political office. So these are all things that we have, focused on and fast-tracked in the last 5 months. And happily, we have seen a response to the work that we've done, especially when it comes to the economy and hardship and all that. And somebody says, point to one policy that you have implemented to make the CD appreciate. And I said, one policy, it's not about one policy, the answer is effective leadership. With effective leadership, we can turn this economy around and create a better life for our people. And that is what I'm committed to make sure that by the time we finish these 4 years, we'll set a standard in government that whichever party or whichever people come into governance cannot reverse the gains that we have made in restoring our people's confidence in our democracy. And so we'll continue to listen to the nuggets of wisdom that you give us, because it makes us better, it makes us stronger.
Away from
Other four motin seminar John Dramani Mahama kan reply kesi oda ko ediama Dr. Bawumia say it is not about one policy or no John Dramani Mahama ni NDC aban nobody aba to turn the economy around, to make the CD appreciate against the dollar, but rather no effective leadership. Or for when you reply kesi John Dramani Mahama or Dr. Bawumia. Menso media ni na brew ewa chromative so for memory if you like no subscribe no share no hit notification bell no so am say na be a abini abibia drop your content a wo nya ne tempa no hwe no tia mind ti si ade me de munya besi a makra mu nyina me da mu nyina